you really don't even want to spend time warming up, just do a weight that you'll fail at around like 20-25 reps, and you won't even need a warm up because it's so light that you won't hurt yourself, but it's heavy enough that you'll get a pump, and it's a working set and a warm up at the same time. All right, what is up, my beautiful people? We're back with the quick one. We got the Eagles again. We've been liking that football season. We're looking at the linebackers today on the Eagles.
Today I'm going
Let's
to show
go.
you what it's like to train as an NFL linebacker. I know all of us on this team can't just go out there and do the things we do without a proper warm-up. First, we're going to start off just some side shuffles, get the body warmed up. Marches, activating the hip flexors here. Try to emphasize getting that knee as high as you can, working the arms. Here we got some karaoke, left foot behind, left foot in front, warm up the hips and the back, some diagonal stretching, get the glutes activated, the quads firing. Next, we're heading into the Zeke band against the wall, working on pushing off our inside and outside feet, activating the glutes and our horizontal movements.
I don't know what exactly their workout's going to consist of yet, but that looks like a lot of warming up for whatever they're doing. So typically in a warm up, you really only need, I say, 5 to 10 minutes. If you have prior injuries and you're working around that, or you're powerlifting and you're going for a very specific form, you have to ease yourself into that form. Go ahead, take plenty of time warming up, especially heavy compounds like a deadlift. I probably take 30 minutes warming up for that. But if you're doing some dumbbell bench like he's doing in the video, or you're more short on time, you don't want to take 2 hours in the gym, you could just do like a quick 5 minute little quick stretch, little arm circles. If you really don't even want to spend time warming up, just do a weight that you'll fail at around like 20-25 reps, and you won't even need a warm up because it's so light that you won't hurt yourself, but it's heavy enough that you'll get a pump, and it's a working set and a warm up at the same time.
First up, we got dumbbell single arm split jerk. Grab a dumbbell, doesn't have to be heavy. Here we're working some shoulder, some explosion in the lower body as well. As you're pushing your shoulder, you also want to drop underneath the dumbbell and then activate your core and your shoulder to stabilize the weight above your head. Next up, we got push-ups. I think a very overlooked exercise, great for warming up, great for strength, endurance. On these push-ups, we're working the eccentric. That's going slow down and then explode up, really working that explosion in the chest and triceps. Good thing.
If y'all want even more tension out of this push-up that he's doing, take a foam block, or you could do it off some dumbbells and really stretch. Try and like I use the cue like meet the ground with my chest. Really stretch, meet the ground with my chest, and you'll get a crazy insane stretch. Means you'll need some crazy tension to overcome that. Your chest will get even stronger. You'll be putting out even more power. Dumbbell split jerk, I got nothing to say about that. Excellent power movement. Let's keep going.
About push-ups is you can do them anywhere at any time. I didn't start working out until like my junior year of high school. Working out is so much more than just lifting weights and getting big. I think it teaches you a lot about routine and just general health. Next up, we have fat bar bench press. So on the bench press, you want to go down.
Oh, fat bar. I thought he said flat bar.
Slowly tap my chest and explode up as powerfully as I can. The reason we use the fat bar is to increase our grip strength. A lot of times on the football field, I have to shock and shed and get off blocks and use my hands. My hands are always weapons, so anytime we can work on our grip strength, crucial for our on-the-field play. Next up, we have trap bar.
If you don't have access to one of those fat bars, you don't have a elite facility, they do sell these like grips that you can put on it. You can actually slide them on anything. They're called fat grips. They work on like your lat pull downs, bench press, dumbbells. Slap them on anything. Some things they actually make kind of easier. I would say like a dumbbell, or I mean like a row pulling movements. It actually makes it a little bit easier. That's what I would say. But take it as you will.
Row. Here we want to have a flat back to avoid any back injuries. The intensity between the off-season and our in-season workouts are quite different. In the off-season, we like to get after it. I like to gain mass, gain speed, strength, and all those things. In season, my body might be a little more beat up, a little more taxed, so I have to alter my workouts, maybe go a little lighter, but still continue to get that work in. Next up, we have our core.
talking about the periodization there. If you're preparing for a competition or you're in sport, like he's talking about, you can take it easier, as in take it lighter, but you could also train for different things. I think most commonly, I see a lot of athletes train like stabilization when they're in season. I'm not saying that's wrong. I think it could be done better, but I think that's what a lot of them do in order to compensate for the need for the lighter load, in order to help them recover a little bit better. I think a little bit of a hypertrophy block and maybe some maintenance strength would be good. If you taper down your strength volume so you're still doing the same weight that maybe you do a 5 rep working weight on, but now you're doing it for 1 to 2, you're going to be able to recover because you still have 3 reps in the tank, so it's nowhere near failure, but you're still getting that mental stimulus of that heavy weight to maintain strength, but not really tax all your joints, your connective tissues, and all that.
Today we have V-ups. Here you want to make sure your legs are coming up at the same time as your body to meet in that V position. Keeping your core activated the whole time is crucial. This is another great exercise because you can do this anywhere, anytime. Next up, we have the...
Me personally, I think core, especially if you're short on time, isn't the most efficient use of time. I'm going to be honest with you, especially if you're in a sport like this, something like a static core exercise like that, not really going to help. I think a lot of the core development he should be looking for is out on the field doing drills. If you're doing 30 minutes of core, I think 30 minutes of drilling and doing that cardio too will get you better abs and make you feel more fluid on the field.
The isolated pull-up. We're holding at the top for 5 seconds. You can do 3 seconds at home, you can do 5 seconds, shoot, you can even do 10 seconds. You just want to isolate it and keep all those muscles tight and contracted. Holding the pull-up at the top really isolates your back muscles and makes the workout a little more difficult. The strength and conditioning staff.
If you hold at the top peak contraction, it does definitely make the exercise more difficult, but not in a good way. When you're holding at the peak contraction, you can feel the squeeze, which is good in a sense if you're going for that mind muscle connection. That can help, but you're actually not gaining as much muscle as if you were holding it in that most stretched position. In a pull-up, especially if you're holding in that dead hang position and even like pushing your arms and your head against each other, you're going to feel a crazy stretch, crazy tension. You're going to be working those joints and ligaments, giving yourself a nice stretch while building up that connective tissue. I would say much better than holding at the top there, where you're not really getting much hypertrophy benefit, and you're not exerting as much tension as well as if you were in the bottom stretched position.
Do a really good job of making sure we're not just doing stuff to do stuff, but that it also translates on the field, whether it's the cone drills we do, or the bench press, or the squats we do. It's all very functional and translates to our on-the-field play. Next, we're going to get into...
So I think functional is kind of like a hot phrase in fitness nowadays. A lot of people like think like, oh, I'm a functional athlete, or I'm functional fitness, da da da. I think the best way to become functional is just do your heavy lifts and train hard in your accessories. Do some heavy bench press, some heavy cleans, some heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, maybe some rows type shit, and then just do your sport. If you want to do wrestling, if you want to do football, soccer, whatever, just do that sport. Do that more for your cardio. Train weights heavy, train them hard. You'll get better. That's my ideology. Maybe that's a little bit too simple, but I think people overcomplicate things in the weight room.
Some footwork drills. We're starting off with the Xbox cone. At home, you can set up cones in about a 5x5 box. We're working explosiveness, short area, burst, start, stop. Just be able to stop on a dime anywhere on the football field is so crucial to making those big plays. Next up, we got the T-cone drill. Here, we're working a similar thing, change of direction, start, stop. And at the top of the cones here, we have to make a quick decision as the coach points us to the direction, run all the way across, work that dip, that spin, and then finish off that rounded last cone. Next up, we have...
That does help there, the fact that they don't know where they're going. The coach points to a direction, kind of helps train that reflexive muscle.
The box drill. This is Vic Fangio's claim to fame right here. The athlete stands inside the middle of a box. As the coach points to each direction, the athlete has to react and go to that cone, come back to the middle, go to the next cone, come back to the middle. It works the glutes, it works the hammies, the hip flexors. If I'm not in the weight room or working out on the field, I found having a
I don't personally like when people say like they're doing cardio or drills like this. They're like, oh, I'm working this, I'm working that. Like, unless you're doing something really hard till failure, I mean, rather you're not running thinking like, oh, I'm feeling my glutes, I'm running real good. You're running thinking, oh, I shaved a second or half a second off my time, I'm doing really good. You should be focused on the art of running and not how your glutes are feeling, unless your glutes were injured beforehand or you noticed that they weren't firing correctly. I would say just try and focus on moving well rather than each individual muscle. Looks like that's about the end of the video though. Got a beautiful kid up there on screen. Looks like his son or his daughter. If y'all want to check that out, it lasts like 30 seconds. If y'all want to watch the full video, that's up on their channel. If not, you already know there'll be another video from me tomorrow. Peace.